What's cracking, everybody? Zerfel Rose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle content, and in today's video we're doing an awesome shoutcast for a trainer. His name is Sheets, and he is actually the first student that I've ever coached, and he is running a team that is very near and dear to our hearts because he and I came up with this team very shortly before or after Deoxys Defense came to raids back in, I think it was 2021 in March or something like that. And he has been running this team every single season since to hit Legend. He has not changed it. He has not done anything. He has just played only this team every season to hit Legend. So this is definitely a timeless team, I think, and if you learn any team, honestly, well enough, you can overcome even some of the worst of your own matchups. So we're going to hit into this video real quick here, doing a shoutcast for his Legend run, and we're going to see just how he plays this team out in the new meta. So Pidgeot into Deoxys. Let's see this. So the trainer looks like he's going to go build up to Rock Slide here and throw it. Now, Pidgeot does win CMP here, but there's no reason to shield, because if they go for Brave Bird, then they're screwed. And if they go for Feather Dance, then what's the point, right? So they're going to go for the Rock Slide here, and the opponent does not shield, and immediately dips into Drapion, which is actually really smart, because Drapion can actually hit it with a Crunch and almost KO it from that range. So the opponent's going to safe swap into the Registeel, probably looking to run like a double Steel line. Maybe they have Cobalion. No, they had Cobalion. They would have brought it in already. Maybe G-Fisk would have been already in too. So but gonna go for crunches and crunches and crunches here. Doesn't even need to shield this move. Drapion is really just here to get shields. And as far as this team goes, this is a very technical, very specific team that worked so well in the Walrein, Trevenant, Talonflame Ultra League meta. So nowadays it's not as dominant as it used to be, but this team is still super strong. Essentially the point of the team is just Deoxys and two really hard answers to Ghost. And Obstruct Obstagoon, as you may have already seen on the channel in a couple of places, has been an absolute menace in the Ultra League meta. And so you see the opponent come in here with their Cobalion, and this Obstagoon is just staying in, is going to catch a Sacred Sword on the Deoxys here. Really smart move, keeping some energy on the on the Obstagoon, and Obstagoon ideally gets lined up here against the Pidgeot. If you ever get the chance to line up an Obstagoon with Obstruct against the Pidgeot, have fun. It's an absolute mess of a matchup for the Pidgeot, and Rock Slide is going to pull the first shield from this trainer, and the opponent's Pidgeot essentially has to go for Brave Bird here, and if they do, the Obstagoon's going to get some farm. Brave Bird connects, that's going to take out the Deoxys, and now the Obstagoon's going to come in, get the farm down, and now with two shields, you got to think that with the Obstruct defense drops, this Cobalion actually might not have a great time, despite being one of the hardest answers to Obstagoon in the game. So let's see how this trainer handles the situation. Obstruct going to come through one more time, and look at how much damage those counters are doing to this Cobalion. You would think that this is a hard counter matchup. The opponent is forced to shield and now throw energy. I think if I was this trainer or the other opponents, I would have just straight double kicked, because look at this. All they had to do was continue to go double kick and just not throw their energy, and they actually would have won this. But the opponent deciding not to throw their energy was actually their undoing. So good game, well played. That was good, that was well done. So Deoxys into Giratina. This is a terrible lead. You always bail out to Drapion here, and you have to be careful with Drapion. Oh, and they come with a Cobalion. That's brutal, man. Drapion was like the best safe swap in Ultra League until the the Swords of Justice became really popular. Now it's just like, oh boy, here comes Cobalion to ruin my day. But the nice thing here is that you are able to get debuffs and potentially threaten this Cobalion. Instead of coming out with 100 energy, they have to throw energy in order to win this matchup. So with the defense drop, this is going to be really good for his Sheets here. He can let this go. I think he still gets to one more crunch as well. And with that defense, oh no, just not quite. But now Deoxys is going to be able to come in, easily just farm all the way down, and have a ton of energy loaded to do a little bit of chip damage. And you do have to be careful with this team. The matchups are very particular in some cases. So like when it comes to Giratina, you would think that you have good matchups all across the board in the back line, but if the Giratina has Dragon Breath, it's actually much less so. The Drapion actually loses the 2 shield. So here comes a Shadow Charizard, and a Sheep is looking to go for Night Slashes here. His advice to me was, if you're going to go for the Goon, the art here is to use Obstruct for setup, use Night Slash if there's something on the board that you need to get rid of immediately. This Charizard being a shining example of just go for the Night Slash. He gets the boost. Oh my goodness, this is great. So he can just double shield now, even though the opponent's probably going to bait him twice. Just double shield us and just farm down. Oh, Boost-a-Goo and going to the moon. Gonna go for the Dragon Claw. Can the opponent get to another charge move? Yes, they can with a sliver of HP. Do they get to a Blast Burn? They do. Youch, that takes out the entire... That takes out the entire Goon. That's a good game. Oh, missed the transition. Oh, well, there it is. Whatever. Videos got cut too much. So this is Cobalion in the lead. This is where you want to see it. And Pidgeot comes in. So he goes straight for Psycho Boost. I think that you could have just gone for the Rock Slide here. Maybe banked some energy and waited for the opponent to throw. But either way, it's fine. Goon is going to be able to come in and just destroy this Pidgeot. Like, they go for Feather Dance. Okay. Goon is going to go for Obstructs here. Going to make this matchup really not that big of a deal. The only problem now is that Goon is going to have no attack stat when that Cobalion comes back in to go to town on it. So the opponent's probably going to go for Brave Bird here. Yeah, no reason not to. Getting that... Getting the Obstacle kind of low. Is Sheep's supposed to trigger on his energy here in order to get the move off before the opponent can get to another charge move to take out and lose alignment? Because obviously you just cannot, you cannot have Drapion aligned to the Cobalion, so you got to keep on the Deoxys. So we're going to go for Night Slash here. The opponent brings in a Giratina. Not sure why they wouldn't just bring in their Cobalion to farm down. I feel like that was a big mistake for them. But because this Giratina has Shadow Claw, they can easily align the Drapion to the Giratina, and then that's basically a good game based on the alignment here. So I'm already calling a good game here. Well played to the opponent, and Sheeps himself does an excellent job here of managing his energy and his resources here. The Deoxys just literally just counters down this whole Cobalion and throws Psycho Boosts into the poor unsuspecting Giratina. But he's probably going to throw energy at some point here. I can't imagine he doesn't. Unfortunately, the timing wasn't so great there. Maybe he was trying to CMP or something. Throws a Rock Slide, which is double resisted. And even a Stone Edge here won't KO. But gets very close. And now he can just go straight for Psycho Boost. Timing is not super great here, but I think at this point, probably not going to be too big of a difference. And Psycho Boost is going to take it out. Going to use another Psycho Boost here to get the Giratina a little bit of chip damage off of it, and then also burn the Switch Clock. He just immediately switches back into Drapion. This is going to be an easy, good game here. There's nothing the opponent can do to a Drapion with 2 shields. Ancient Power is not going to boost you, unfortunately, and yeah, this is nothing. There's nothing that this Giratina can do at this point. You're just stalling. You just get to 3 crunches and you're done. We can start shielding moves now, I imagine. Bruh. Come on, you gotta shield something, man. Come on. Alright, Drapion is getting extremely low, but should easily be able to get to another crunch after this next one to pull the final shield and get the damage in to take out the Giratina. And that's going to be a good game here. Very well played to both trainers. Almost a timeout. 2 shield flex, 1 almost a timeout. Registeel on the lead. I mean, this is kind of where you want to see it. So the way we play this out, and this team, by the way, is been a staple of my Discord, my patron Discord, for a long time, and this is, you know, as good as this team has always been. We have a full write-up on every matchup for all of the Ultra League here, on both the leads and also most of the switches. Did that person just bring in a Cobalion after having a Registeel lead? Bruh, they did. What? This hurts. This is painful. Okay, anyway. We have a full list of all the matchups and all the, you know, how to play this and that lead on some of the secondary matchups. Constantly working on updating that list. Sheeps himself is the mastermind behind that project. So if you're looking to play this team and you want all the juicy information on how to get the most out of it, you could join the Discord by going to the Patreon link in the description, and you can do that also, as well as getting basically all the other teams and everything else that I come up with for GBL, and Sylph even to an extent as well. Very awesome community in that Discord as well. Ashifs and I have basically been there since the beginning, and oh goodness gracious, this is a rough one. So going to go for the Night Slash again. Like we said, Night Slash is going to be that thing that you use when you need to get something off the board. Opponent decides to no shield, and I think at this point you could actually just go straight Obstruct and 2 shield farm down. I think that would be one thing you could do here. Opponent having all the energy on the planet to go for 2 moves here, but 2 shields is going to come up from his Chiefs, and he is going to be able to go for a Night Slash into the Registeel that just swapped in. Now, something else that's worth noting, he gets the boost and has no shields left. That's miserable, dude. No. Oh, that's Flash Cannon? Flash Cannon. Okay. Now we have a game. So now I think that this Registeel is probably going to be able to take out the Deoxys here with little to no effort. Looking like a loss, unfortunately, but what can you do, you know? Sometimes that's just the way it crumbles. Sometimes the opponent plays ABA Steel and their team makes no sense, but just because they happen to be on a team against a team that it happens to just do you in that way. It's unfortunate, but what can you do, man? So Deoxys into Walrein. Now this is what you want to see. 2/3 of the team beats Walrein, and they're staying in, which usually signifies that there is a Charizard or Talonflame in the back. There is the Gliscor. As Chiefs is not going to wait. He's going to go straight for a Psycho Boost to do some chip damage and come in with Drapion. Okay. I do have to fear the Earthquake from the Gliscor here, but he is going to shield and respect it, and the opponent is going to go for a Night Slash bait, which means now that the Chiefs should be able to get to another crunch here, and because of the damage from the Psycho Boost, the crunches will do almost enough to take it out, but I don't think he's really worried so much about getting alignment and winning switch here. He's really just trying to get the Gliscor off the board, because that is actually a threat to the rest of the team. This Gliscor has been one of the biggest buffed Pokemon of this new Season 13 meta with the Wing Attack buff. And there's the Charizard. So, going to go for the Night Slash again, trying to get rid of the Charizard. Deoxys does have some energy, but would most likely draw out the Walrein again, but able to go straight for the Rock Slide, force the shield off the opponent. And what are they going to do? Bring in their Walrein to a Deoxys? Like, I don't know about that, man. I don't know if I would. But yeah, so we're gonna probably shield this up. Maybe we call this bait. Ooh, he goes for the Blast Burn. Still lives with plenty of HP, but the opponent's got a second move stored and ready. Now what does the Chiefs do? He's gonna save the shield for his goon, gonna trust in Deoxys to live that Dragon Claw and get the Psycho Boost off, and is gonna do almost enough damage to take out the Charizard. Almost takes it out. Goon is gonna come in, and Goon is just gonna do what Goon does best, and is gonna shield this move, go for Obstruct, probably farm down, or just go straight for a Night Slash. Doesn't matter. The Obstagoon kind of just manhandles this matchup. So, easily done. Well played here. And second to last game of the set. We're going to go one more game, I believe, in here, and he's going to get himself a legend on this set. So, very excellent gameplay here. This game, you know, despite this, the team being as technical and specific as it is, it's very, very rewarding to learn the team, because the skill ceiling of this team is so incredibly high. It doesn't always seem like it when you watch someone on YouTube, but just the amount of people that have been able to pick up this team in my Discord and learn so many things from it because of the way that the game, you know, rolls with this team. So another way that we play this out is if you see a Cresselia lead, you're going to end up getting it down to about half HP, and then keeping a move stored or so, and then swapping into Drapion when the Cresselia is at about the range of a crunch, taking it out. So you're going to see a Chiefs here throw some rock throws, or the rock slides into this, despite getting that Moonblast chip damage in. And because they CMP'd, I do believe he's probably going to look to swap at this point, just because that's going to allow the Drapion to come in and start getting energy. The opponent probably has something in the back to beat the Drapion, but if they don't, they're going to have a problem. They come with an Obstagoon, which is really good for a Chiefs here, actually, because it gives him it gives him two different things. It gives him the chance to threaten shields, because the opponent is going to want to have switch advantage, and two, it's also going to allow him to get a nice big farm with Deoxys if the opponent's not running Obstruct, which they're not. They're actually running Cross Chop Night Slash, it looks like. So this Sludge Bomb is going to hit or force the shield off the Obstagoon, and they're going to shield. Sounds like Maggie's awake. Cross Chop's going to come through. Is the opponent going to be able to get it? No, he gets the farm down, unfortunately, but Deoxys is going to come in and clean up this Obstagoon. Probably has to shield on Night Slash to keep the Deoxys loaded. No, he lets it go, trusting in the opponent. Got the boost, too. That's awful. So, Obstagoon's going to come in now. Has to shield the Moonblast. Probably going to go for Night Slashes here, just because we need to get rid of the Cresselia. See what the Chiefs decides to do in this scenario. Yep, going straight for Night Slash #1. Has back-to-back loaded. Could probably tank the Moonblast, but seeing the backline being Goon, there's a strong chance that Goon might have play against whatever's in the back. So he's going to look to go for a shield here, go for another Night Slash, and try to take this Cresselia off the game and see what's in the back to deal with the opposite Goon. Perhaps it's a shield off the Cresselia, so whatever it is does not want to see Goon. And because Goon outpaces Cresselia, going to be able to get to this Night Slash before they can get to the Moonblast, takes out Cresselia. What's in the back? It's the Goon coming in to get farmed down, and the opponent just says, you know what, I'm done, I don't have an answer. It was probably Wall Rain in the back, and then there's a picture of him hitting Legend on that same set. So once again, as Chiefs submitted these battles, thank you so much for the submission, man. Really congratulations to you on hitting Legend with the team. Again, every season this guy hits Legend with this exact same team. It hasn't changed in 6 seasons, every single one. So really cool to see how this team continues to be timeless. You've probably seen it on my channel in various forms, but this is the original, the strongest, you know, timeless form of this team. So that's going to do it for us for today in this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. I'm going to go get a little Maggie for the her naps all done. So bye-bye.